back with another episode, 194 anime podcast episodes. Now, we're joined by Colin from the gaming podcast. He's here for a special review of Bakemonogatari.
Right, folks, I'm back to give my filthy casual perspective on today's subject. You've already got plenty of sweaty nerd to go around, now the filthy casual has entered the chat to balance things out.
How long were you thinking of doing that one? How prepared were you for that? Did you think of days, hours, write it all down word for word, recite it? Did you practice? I need the details.
I wrote it down.
Uh-huh.
And fine-tuned it.
Like a month ago?
Over a couple of weeks.
2 weeks ago.
That.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be seeing a bit more of me for the next couple of months, since 2 of the upcoming anime are things I'm interested to talk about.
Yeah, it's kind of every other one for the time being.
Yeah. One of them I've watched before and loved the hell out of, and the other has been on my to-watch list for years on end. You'll see which is which when the time is right.
Ah, okay. Well, happy to have you. More perspective.
I can imagine which was which.
Oh, boy. Well, thank you guys for being patient with me the last few weeks. I've been going through a lot of tough family situations. I had a couple, for those that don't know, I had a couple family members pass away. So the family's back into the single digits. It's been rough. Talking to a lot of my family. Almost had a third pass away. It was a close call. Yeah, it's everyone in my family besides my brother, myself, my brother, and his 2 kids, or 4 kids, 2 blood. Everyone's over 70, so it's been kind of that specter that's been looming over the family for a while, and boy, it got real hard there, and I needed the break. So thank you guys for being patient with me.
You're good, dude. Honestly, I needed a break too. Mostly just, I mean, you know, I've been burnt out on anime for so long at this point that the moment I realized that we're going to take a break, I was like, thank God. I don't have to watch anything.
Yeah, mentally it's been a tough summer with the financial woes of the heavy car repair that I had to do out of nowhere. The state of the American economy is, let me tell you, thumbs up. That's made it really easy, of course. Heavy sarcasm, I hope, is noticed. And then the family stuff. So I've been forced to work 60 plus hours every week, along with a variety of different issues. Oh yeah, it's been there was a 71-hour week in there a few weeks ago.
God.
Yeah, so I just got totally burnt out, both physically and mentally. I mean, I've had 1 day off since July 4th. 1, and that was a mandated national holiday or a state holiday, not national.
Yeah.
So
someone who's just done with this summer vacation. I'm sorry.
Well, Joey,
I was completely opposite.
yeah, my best friend Joey.
You at work? I was doing manuals and spreadsheets. I was in manual hell for like new employees.
Yeah, I love how your accent made that sound like spreadsheets, and I agree with that word.
Yeah. Yes.
But like right now, as we are recording, I should actually be working because shit went crazy. You know, I have a bunch of stuff to do. But it's okay. I'll survive. I've survived before. I might punch someone, but that's okay.
That has to happen sometimes.
That's okay. They won't arrest me. I have immunity, even if I punch someone. It's okay.
Shit.
Classic Hickey Day. Walks into work. I have nothing to do. Leaves work. I have so much work to do. What happens when the work day?
Hey, it doesn't depend on me. I actually it did, but I depend on the judge. And if the judge says, "Yo, I know I didn't work for the past 6 months, so I did everything I had to do in the past 6 months in 2 days. You have like 5 days to reply to 200 things. Good luck." I was like, "What am I supposed to do? I gotta do it."
But if, I just feel like it's a little wrong because if I feel like you should have less work to do when you're leaving work than when you showed up. That's just me though.
That's the thing. I depend on the judge. If the judge goes to his home and works from home and starts doing shit past midnight, which they do sometimes, and I wake up the other day and there's a bunch of work, there's nothing I can do.
I think I know who needs to get punched.
I tried once. It didn't work very well for me.
All right. Good to know.
More on the just going back to what I was trying to say earlier. I called up Joey. People listening probably know him better from the gaming podcast. He's my best friend, childhood. He's coming up to visit me in Rhode Island next week. In fact, he's going to stay a whole week with me. Very excited for that. We're just going to pretty much get drunk like every day. It's going to be fantastic. Golf, bowling, video games, like everything I want to do. I'm very happy for him to take the time and come up here. I'm excited for that. I've been trying to go back and relax to what I enjoy, which is like playing some retro games randomly, just throwing them on, whatever I feel like. Just chilling, picking some anime that not even is on my plan to watch list or anything. I came across this one called Dragongate. Have you guys heard of this thing? It's from China, I believe.
Oh god.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Is that weird like Pokemon battling thing?
I haven't gotten like that far. I'm only 4 or 5 episodes in, but I'm like,
It isn't.
no, I don't think so. I'm fascinated by this show. I can't even like tell what it's about yet, other than supposedly these people are descendants of dragons, or they have dragon blood, because I guess at one point a couple dragons fucked some humans, and now they all have these pseudo powers, but they haven't even really gone into the power aspect of it all. But of course there's a school and they gotta train, and they're against the dragons, but they haven't seen dragons in a millennia. It's very strange, but each and every episode, the way it presents itself and its pacing, it just shrouds every single thing in this weird suspense and mystery to it all, which I really enjoy. If you guys haven't like seen it at all, I mean, it came out I guess last year, and the second season apparently just started. So I saw some TikTok video of some just ridiculous fight scene where one of the characters is just blowing people's heads off with a flicker of his finger, and people have these like crazy powers to get in, and he just goes poof, head explodes. I'm like, okay, all right, that's some 80s shit I can get into. So the beginning is nothing like that, but I'm pretty pumped to see that. That's what I'm enjoying right now, is just discovering things like that. I've been playing Jade Cocoon on the PS1. That's like a Pokemon type thing with monsters. Very old school retro game.
Might get sued.
What's that?
Might get sued.
Oh, from a game from 1995 or whenever the fuck it came out.
Yeah. Nintendo got the money to do that. They're gonna lose, but
They got the money to do that, and they're currently very willing to do that.
and they got a lot of time. Let me tell you.
Yeah, a lot of needless time there. Yeah, so Dragongate I really enjoy so far.
I think I heard about it when it was released in the first season, and I was like, I see, but China.
Yeah, I mean,
Getting into it.
Chinese anime is the sort of stuff that I just see when we go over like the seasonal anime on the chart, and I just see suddenly we get a bunch of Chinese names. So I was like, I should look at this someday, and then I don't.
Essentially. What have I been doing? I'm glad you're finding your food again, and I'm glad your friend is gonna be there with you as you're going through a tough time, man. That's what I'm gonna do next week, or next 2 weeks as well. I'm gonna travel to visit a friend of mine, and we're gonna get drunk for 48 hours straight.
Oh, hell yeah. I can get down with those kinds of friend plans. That's some bro time.
Yeah, some barbecue and a lot of alcohol.
And then Friday, I got some really good news from work. I got just a raise out of nowhere. They just go, here you go. Here's 4.5%. I'm like, ooh, okay.
JD is the most competent person in his workplace.
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep giving me those raises, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's like, come on, man. Really? Are you sure you don't know? I know you're trying to be humble, but like, it's not like your workplace is gonna find this podcast and be like you gloating about everyone being retarded or something.
Well,
It's fine.
well, they hired back that guy that got arrested on the afternoon news that at the end of June, early July. They hired him back.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
I'm like, fuck me.
Invaluable employee, that.
I just said JD, you're the most competent person in that place, and JD is like, I don't understand why they did that. Goes back to my statement. You're the most competent guy there, dude.
Well, the other like good news was they're gonna start coming up with a development plan to get me into an upper management role with the company, which is, I guess it's technically called like an operations manager. So I'll be part of corporate management sooner than later.
You'll get to make someone else's life miserable.
Exactly. I'll have the power. So I guess so in like from like corporate hierarchy standpoint, I'll be like a third tier from the top kind of situation, because it'll be like ownership, CEO, general manager, me kind of situation.
Nice.
I don't know if I would trust myself with running a company to make millions of dollars, but I hope the paycheck comes along with that, because if they offer me fucking nothing, then I'll be like, no, I make that already doing my engineering role. Why would I change that with more responsibility? That doesn't make sense.
You get to do more for the exact same.
Or less. It's like, no, bad idea.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
So lots of bad news, and then finally some good news to cheer me up a couple things there.
Oh.
And the football season started. Hooray! Obviously, we should talk about that and not baseball.
Season started in January, man. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Nobody cares about your league.
Okay. All right.
Listen, the only thing people care about right now is the Premier League is back up, and yay, that's fun. We can all complain about the refs again because they're shit. And Bodo Glimt is one match away from qualifying for the Champions League after beating Sturm Graz 5-0. Let's go.
Then you're going to the match, of course.
No, I'm not traveling to Austria. Fucking crazy.
I mean, you could. It's right there.
Yeah, it's
Sure, but I'm not doing it.
Oh man.
Why would I do that? I don't even support Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, but it's from your country.
Well, I had the Dortmund game on
My
it.
own fucking team.
But
My own team is about to get into Europe as well.
God. Why I had the Dortmund game on while I was working on Saturday morning there.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh my God, they're up 3-1 against fucking St. Pauli of all teams, and then just watch the team absolutely implode. Red card, penalty shot, a goal in the like 90th minute to tie it, and I'm like, this fucking team.
It's the history of the Dortmund.
Jeez. Fucking skank of a team, these guys.
Hey, at least you're not Tottenham. Imagine being 2 goals up on PSG 2 times and still losing.
Oh, God. Well, the story of the summer was them firing their manager when technically he was the most successful, but with a losing record.
He's the first one in a long time to have won a trophy, but you know.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
technically the most successful.
Avoiding relegation on the technicality that the 3 teams that were relegated were some of the worst teams to have ever been in the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, it's not. You know, it's kind of hard to say that he's done an amazing job as coach, but he did win a trophy, so you know.
Oh, God.
There's that.
There's that.
At least it's better than whatever Arteta's doing for Arsenal. They're doing well. They're doing really well. They haven't won a trophy yet, but they're doing well.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah. Well, when I was at
Or whatever.
when I was at the golf course yesterday, guys, there was a Yankees Red Sox game on. Perhaps you've heard of these teams.
Never.
Yeah, never. And they're all getting pumped because the Red Sox are kicking Yankees' ass, and there I am with my Colorado Rockies hat. For you guys, especially internationalists, the Rockies are on the precipice of challenging for the worst record in league history that was just set the last season.
Nice. Historic.
Yeah, so I got that hat on. They all look at me.
Record, man.
So,
We'll celebrate those things.
yeah, I was like, I want this team to set the record, not be like 4 games better than the worst team of all time. Like, make it at least challenging. But yeah, they're all like, oh my God, Red Sox this, and then they all look at me, and I just go, they lost to the 3rd worst team in the league 9-0 yesterday, so, what do you want me to say? And then I got pissed drunk and played some golf, which was awesome. I love doing that.
Like that, I think that seems worth it. You should play golf and then get pissed drunk.
No, you get pissed drunk during golf and watch your game just implode as you go down.
What do you mean? It's amazing. You're sitting there being, yo, hole in one, he screams as he just launched the ball into the water.
Well, what was funny was on the 18th hole, I blast a drive almost 300 yards. I was like, oh my God, piped. Took a shot, and then by the time I got to the ball, I couldn't hit it the rest of the way down because I was just so trashed. They're like, man, you really made that drive count. And I go, well, that one I hit well. These other ones, I think I'll hit the middle ball that I'm seeing.
Just digging up the ground around it.
Yeah. That was good stuff.
Making his own sandbank.
Oh God, there was one hole where I was stuck in the sand trap for like 4 shots, and like, oh boy. It was one of those bunkers that are like above your head, so you just have to try to hit it up and out, and mine just kept hitting the top of the hill and rolling back down at me. Went, oh, it was so close. Yeah, golf is fun, right? You guys are gonna. When are you gonna pick it up?
When I can afford it.
You can afford it. You gotta start with mini golf though. You gotta learn how to putt first.
Okay, I did mini golf I did mini golf so much when I was a kid, so. Well.
So you're halfway there.
Mini golf places. I have golf places around me. I don't have mini golf places. Can I just like power through it?
No.
I don't know of any good professional Brazilian golfers, even though you guys could probably play it all year round down there in the Brazil. But Tori's hero is Victor Hovland. I mean, obviously, so he has to play his
hero. Yes.
Yeah, he has to learn how to play golf the 6 weeks out of the year he can play it when the weather's nice.
My goal is to be just like Hovland.
Yeah.
Very good for a short period of time, and then extremely trash for the rest.
What? No, Hovland's awesome. What are you talking about? He's your hero.
Sure.
You told me this yourself.
I did. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You may not remember it, but you were just flaunting about the guy. You were saying how hot he was, all these things. I couldn't believe it.
Whoa.
Damn, kid.
You're just like, that's Norwegian. I'm like, calm down, Tori. God.
The only cool thing I remember about him was after he won that fucking, was it the FedEx Cup or whatever, he immediately turns around and be like, all right, Taco Bell. Now.
Yeah, your hero. And mine.
I respect that. That is such a, I mean, obviously excluding the fact that it's Taco Bell, but that's such a Norwegian thing to do. Just be like, all right, just won a big sporting accomplishment. Where's the fast food?
You've just won millions of dollars. How are you going to celebrate your next meal?
Where's the cheapest meal available?
Better than what my countrymen do, that's for sure. Or not. I mean, it really depends on how you look at it. Say, hey, we just won the fucking National League. Let's go to an orgy. It's like, okay.
Well, Brazilians don't mess around. Norwegians just celebrate with Taco Bell. Brazilians go, let's have sex with each other.
Happened a couple of times. It's kind of weird every time. There was at least 3 news about that.
At least 3 instances of that.
Back in the good old days of the Brazilian football national team, remember? half of them were always out partying, having sex, and the other half was worshiping God.
I think the closest. I think the closest.
Or both at the same time.
But it was kind of wacky time. They still do that. They just don't win anything anymore.
Yeah.
And the
There's
opinion
no
of the
longer
country is
victory
that
orgies. Now it's only consolation orgies.
the opinion of the country is that they are not partying hard enough. There's no party animals in the Brazilian team anymore, so they lose because of that.
Maybe.
God, Colin,
I think.
Yes.
what the hell have you been watching? This is an anime podcast. Maybe we should talk about anime randomly.
Is it? There's one.
No, it's a sports anime.
It's a sports anime podcast.
It's a sports anime. No, it's not a podcast. It's just a sports anime.
Oh, shit.
It's just JD's adventure on doped golf.
To be fair, that's actually kind of true. I feel like most of the times when we talk about stuff, it's like JD joking about, all right, so bowling season started. All right, I'm golfing now.
It is starting next week, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what? He's not wrong. This is a sport. This is a sports anime.
Yeah.
It's better than Turkey, at least.
Yeah, that's correct. And I hope to make some turkeys coming in the next week or so.
Yeah, it's, oh my god, it's almost that time of the year.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on, Collins. Tell me what you're watching so I can judge you.
Fine, whatever. I've been mostly keeping up with City the Animation since it came out. It's basically second season of Nichijou we never got, and I'm totally here for it.
Isn't that the one show you're watching, Tori? Where you watched like 2 episodes and said, "Yeah, I'm watching this," and then didn't.
I did absolutely do that. Yes, I'm planning on continuing though. It's like a feel good show. I agree with that. It is literally just Nichijou season 2. Like if you've seen Nichijou, you know how this works. You know the jokes. You know the setups. You know the slam dunks.
So it needs more robot girls and talking animals.
I would make it up for the wacky angles and camera work, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Speaking of Nichijou, did you guys know there's a cafe in Osaka, Japan, dedicated entirely to Nichijou?
That's awfully specific.
Why Osaka? Why not Kyoto? Well, I guess it's
also that one character.
Why not just go a step further and just do it in Sapporo?
Yeah, I posted a link to a short detailing it in the podcast-focused content thread.
Well, to be honest, if you tell me, do you know there's a cafe in X City in Japan that is exclusively related to X anime? I'll say, yeah, I believe that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I see some.
That's not exactly a rare thing to happen.
So, yeah, no, there's an exclusive Nichijou cafe in Manila, Philippines. I was like, okay, it's interesting.
That would be something. Yeah. To be fair,
like Indonesia, because of the Selama Pagi, there's like the joke in Nichijou about Indonesia. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But like, I guess in Japan, it's like, okay, yeah, no, there's football bars in Brazil, man. You didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, most of those like theme things, they're like pop-up stores and shit like that. So 90% of them are gone within a couple of years. Only a few of them actually survive.
True.
That's too bad. Well, anyway, I've also been keeping up with season 2 of Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
Nice.
It's just as rude, crude, lewd, and batshit insane as the first season, and I am totally here for it.
They upped the animation, especially the transitions between the chibi models and like the big models, normal models. That is really nice to see whenever it happens.
Yep. And I think Studio Trigger picked the exact right time to release this one. I mean, in recent times, the cultural zeitgeist has shifted pretty hard against political correctness and the message, which gives the kind of humor you expect from Penny and Stocking the perfect opportunity to provide to those craving it. We no longer need to fear cancellation over off-color jokes anymore. Same applies to the new Naked Gun movie. Anybody see that one?
I have not.
No.
It is showing. I almost went to see it, but I was like, man, I don't like movie theaters. I don't like people. I'm gonna watch this in a movie theater, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit until it's out of movie theaters and streaming, and I'll watch it.
Well, I went to see it with my
Movie
parents,
theaters
and
are
we had a
very
great
expensive, so.
Well, whenever you get a chance, I recommend it. It's not quite up there with the originals, but it's hilarious. And I've also been keeping up with Dandadan Season 2.
Oh, I love that show. So much fun.
Hell yeah. In fact, I saw the first 3 episodes in movie form in the theaters when it came out, and so far I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Well, I gotta say, Gigi is kind of annoying. To me, he has all the energy of the author trying way too hard to make the character quirky. I mean, I get that Dandadan as a whole is quirky by design, but Gigi's mannerisms take it all the way into cringe territory.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
like
of
a
him
kid.
at all.
Yeah. He's like a kid who's trying to make everyone laugh, keeps failing, but keeps trying the same thing over and over in the hopes of getting a laugh. He's not as annoying as someone like Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, but he's up there.
Well, that's a high bar to clear. He's one of the worst characters I've come across in ages. Yeah, Zenitsu.
I never got on to second season of Dandadan. I mean, to be fair, I never even finished the first season of Dandadan. Like, maybe it's just because I'm burnt out on anime, but like, goddamn, I just remember watching like the first episode of that show, and I was like, I'm just getting a headache from this. I don't really feel like watching.
Yeah. Then made me realize I'm getting old, man.
Yeah. It's the epitome of just like, man, I'm too old for this shit.
Hickey, aren't you considered like a Gen Zer though?
No, I'm
Doesn't matter.
I'm from the 90s. Well,
Well, from the 80s, kind of.
All right.
I'm about
Gen
to
Z
say
is like Gen Z is like 95 up, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, but even so,
it's
like, it
real
doesn't
good,
really
man.
matter. Like,
Gen Z ass.
It's not a matter of age. Like, being old is not a matter of age. It's a matter of mentality. You know, it's in your head. I've been old since I was 15.
James 1997.
Yeah, 97.
So I'm a millennial, man.
You're a fellow millennial with me? Good, we can get offended at shit together.
Yeah, the last year. That's kind of like
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, Tori,
Wait,
get your
everyone-
Gen Z ass out of here.
Read the manga, dude.
I'm 95.
I thought you were 97.
No, 95.
Damn it, we're all millennials? That sucks now.
I'm 30 now, dude. Like, man, fuck me.
You're like, the way you phrase that, it's like, no, I'm 30. Fucking kill me.
Yes. You have any idea? Like, remember, just think back to all the times I've made fun of you for being over the age of 30, and now I'm here, and I'm just like, man, shit.
Ah, the chickens came home for the roost.
It's the consequences of my own actions.
Damn it, I aged too? Ah, I didn't think of that.
I still have 1 year to go, but like here, me and my friends have like this funny joke we do. Have a book we bought to one of our friends, the oldest one. There's like aging well, how to accept death, and it's a book of like,
Oh my god!
yeah, it's a book of like it's a self-esteem book about like how do you accept that you're gonna die, and of course it's like aimed for like way older people, but like we gave it to him, and then every time someone makes it the 30th anniversary, the book just gets lent. It's like, here, dude, you're gonna need this.
It's your turn.
I mean, reading it now because I'm really far away from dying. Hopefully, I don't know if I get a cancer.
In your case, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. It's like it's a big book, but it's like 300 pages.
Oh my god!
And it costed like $10.
Oh. I guess my sign I was getting old was more just I couldn't play basketball and baseball like competitively anymore because my body was just breaking down. But that was when I was in like my mid and late 20s, just because I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the signs of getting old shows up eventually. Anyways, it's like I just remember like
Do you have gray hair
my
yet?
big thing was like, oh, my body is not broken down yet. At least, thankfully, I don't have any issues like that. But
But do you have gray
remember
hair?
There was this time.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No.
no, I don't have gray hair. I think I have like one gray hair on my chest, but that's about it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
You're not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet now.
Okay.
I have got that thing now where it's like if I like cut myself or have some sort of like bruise or something, it no longer just instantly fades like it used to. It sticks around for a while, and I was like,
What's a while to you? Like a couple days?
like a week.
Oh my God! Shit.
Yeah,
You're aging faster than me.
right. I'm just like, man, this is concerning.
Well,
I've had similar.
I'm not that healthy, but it's okay. My mustache
Yeah, unlike me, I'm the pinnacle of health.
light brown. So like, even though I have like black hair, my mustache is light brown already.
Oh my God! You're gonna look like Mario.
Probably.
Because he's got the brown hair, black mustache. You're the opposite of Mario.
Yeah.
I was gonna do the Mario voice, but the moment I even thought about it, I felt my throat, and I was like, nope. You know what? Not even.
Well, you're the one from Italian Name and Blood, probably, sort of.
Exactly, but that was why I was gonna try it. But I've got a sore throat right now, and the moment I even thought about the high pitch, my throat said no. Don't even think about it.
I got this image of you busting in now and just going woohoo. This low voice. Wahoo! Yippee!
Wow.
It's like that sounds more like Wario, but I guess that's how he came to be.
Depressed Wario.
Oh boy.
All right, should we review Bakemonogatari? It's what we're here for.
I still got a couple more anime I want to talk about.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Who here has heard of Dark Gathering?
Me.
Yeah,
I have.
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I've been really hooked on that one in recent months.
Was there a second season I didn't know about?
No, but I watched the first season, the 25 episodes, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Just for those in the audience who don't know, centers around an 8-year-old girl who can see ghosts and goes on various ghost hunts to capture evil spirits and build up an army to fight a super-powered evil spirit to get back her mother's soul, which was taken from her after she died in a car accident. And and our main character, Yayoi, I like to consider her the Batman of ghost hunters. She's always got just the right gadgets and strategies to take out whatever ghost they're fighting against. And she'd also make a hell of a Pokemon trainer, since she's always sending out other ghosts to fight. I mean, I would pay so much money to see a crossover between Dark Gathering and Dandadan. I mean, the tones are pretty different, but the mechanics of the supernatural in each series, I would say, fit together pretty neatly.
I could see that.
Mhm.
And on that note, I've also been hooked on another horror series. It's just a manga right now, but it has an anime adaptation coming up. It's called Kaya-chan Isn't Scary. Have either of you, any of you heard of that one?
Yes, yes. It's just like, what is the other one? The same vein. It has an anime.
First is Dark Gathering. This is Kaya.
Yes.
Yeah, I know about that one too. But this is a third one to add to that. Kaya-chan Isn't Scary. Seriously underrated in my opinion. It's like takes place in, of all things, a kindergarten class. And the title character is a 5-year-old girl. But don't let that fool you. The series is not for kids. It's like she initially comes across as a creepy child that you'd see in a horror movie. But because she's always very calm and saying vague, cryptic things. And she has all kinds of problem child behaviors that drive her teachers up the wall. And the characters even allude to the fact that her previous teacher quit due to a nervous breakdown. Like, she'll block kids from getting on a swing set, or tape all of the picture books shut, and doesn't explain herself. She'll just say, "You must not," or "They must never be opened." But then in the first couple of chapters, her teacher, Chie-sensei, ends up getting attacked by an evil spirit, but Kaya takes it out, because turns out she has very powerful inborn psychic powers that enable her to not only see ghosts, but also take them out just by hitting them. It's like, Yayoi is the Batman of ghost hunters, Kaya is the One Punch Man of ghost hunters.
I see you have a theme you're going with these days.
I guess I just really like characters that initially come across as creepy, but then quickly prove to be the good guys. And I'll tell you right now, so many of the designs for these ghosts look like something straight out of a Junji Ito manga. I mean, those have to be at least partial inspiration.
Well, hold on. It's at least animated, so it can't be like Junji Ito.
Damn, dude.
Like I said,
You didn't need to go there.
Oh, I went there.
Oh, cool, man.
Not cool.
There's another manga you're gonna like then if you're watching that. I just don't remember the name right now. It's about like the ghost tenants, the woman trying to find ghosts to be on her apartment building she bought, and try to integrate them into society. But the main character is super mysterious because she doesn't talk a lot about herself. But she's like definitely someone very special. I forgot the name at all. Good name.
well, for this one, even though it takes place in a kindergarten, it can go in some pretty fucked up directions. Like one of the chapters centers around the kids seeing what they think is a ghost staring out from some curtains of a house, but it later turns out to be the body of a suicide victim who hung themselves.
Classic.
And I think the author is also a Resident Evil fan, because there's a bit in the first volume showing notes taken by Kaya's previous teacher about her behavior over time, and we see with each day she writes, each day that she's writing, her mental state is slowly unraveling. She's even getting annoyed about her talking about ghosts, just writing down, "Ghost, ghost, 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 shut up!" And then it ends with Kaya looking up at the ceiling, and the teacher writes in huge messed letters, "That's not a ceiling!" And it feels very reminiscent of the Itchy Tasty journal in the first Resident Evil game, if that means anything to anybody. Anybody familiar with that?
JD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just me.
And I
Never
don't
played Resident Evil.
I
Well,
played
to
on
sum
the
up-
floor.
It's been a long time since I played the original Resident Evil.
Well, to sum up the Itchy Tasty journal, it's like this guy who got bitten by a zombie writing down a journal of his thoughts, and with each passing day, he notes how his body is falling apart. And he's like, "What the F is happening to me?" And then it ends off with a page that says, "Very, very itchy. Coworker had ugly face, so ate it. Tasty." And as soon as you finish reading that journal and get back to the gameplay screen, a zombie pops out of the closet right behind you. It's one of the most iconic moments in the series.
Yeah.
Man,
And
there's the remake of the Resident Evil 1. I should get around to play that.
Yeah.
If it means anything to anybody, the anime adaptation of Kai-chan Isn't Scary has Kota Yamamoto doing the soundtrack. He's the guy who did the music for Dark Gathering and Attack on Titan Final Season. Now, I have not seen Attack on Titan Final Season, but
You don't need
Dark
to.
Gathering soundtrack is a banger.
Yeah, between
Yeah,
Attack
like
on Titan and My Hero Academia, it's like two shows I absolutely dropped after all that. Like, I just got fed up with them.
You call yourself an anime fan?
I sure do.
I did music for 86. 86 music was nice.
Yeah, I mean, Attack on Titan music is pretty good as well, though I also haven't seen the final season, so I don't know if it's different or how different.
Dragon Roge's music's really good. Just throwing that out there.
Kingdom 4th season music.
Specifically the 4th season.
Specifically the 4th season. I mean, to be fair, this guy has a little bit of a history of just randomly taking over music at like the end of series.
Right.
Just about everything I've been keeping up with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got some Bakemonogatari music here I'm going to play for a little bit as we transition into the review. Here we go. Alrighty. I gotta say, the, like, piano-centric music in Bakemonogatari, I absolutely love. It's very soft. It hits all the right notes during the right times. Not to mention that the show's fucking weird. Very, very weird.
Monogatari? Weird? No way.
Yeah, impossible, right?
Yeah.
So, this 15-episode show, a nice even number that we'll all remember and very common in anime, by Studio Shaft, came out in the summer of 2009. Araragi, a third-year high school student, manages to survive a vampire attack with the help of Meme Oshino, a strange man residing in an abandoned building. Though being saved from vampirism and now a human again, several side effects such as superhuman healing abilities and enhanced vision still remain. Regardless, Aragi tries to live the life of a normal student with the help of his friend and class president, Tsubasa Hanekawa. When fellow classmate Hitagi Senjugahara falls down the stairs and is caught by, and then it's just a summary of the first episode, but is caught by him, boy realizes that the girl is unnaturally weightless, 5 kilograms specifically. Despite Sengohara's protests, Aragi insists to help her, deciding to enlist the aid of Oshino, the very man who had once helped him in his own predicament. And throughout the 15 episodes, it's in segments between him and a variety of girls with issues, with supernatural elements that surround their issue and must solve it. So it's not a detective show, not a... I guess it's a somewhat mystery, but it's filled because it's Studio Shaft, and it's by what's his face? What's the director's name?
Akiki Shimbo, right?
Shinbo? Yeah, that sounds right. Very unique and very much that guy's style of presentation, and I believe this is the show that kind of put him on the map, so to say, with Shaft. At least this is what he's recognized for the most. Would anyone disagree with that statement?
It's definitely the one that most people
Reference?
Sure. He's the director of Baho Shoro Badoka Maika, so...
Yeah. Oh,
Anyways, snapshots,
But it's
camera
still
angles.
so that's later.
Yeah, unique snapshots, camera angles, dialogue coming on the screen in
It's the director
between
of Sayonara
shots.
Zetsubo Sensei in 2007.
Zetsubo Sensei. Yeah, but I think most people refer to this show more than that one.
We'll go to Monogatari, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
like
nice.
the big one that people know from. It's like, it feels to me this show was the sort of like it's like it's like an exposition thing, mostly dialogue, a lot of talking, stuff like that. But he is very much inspired by like every every background actor and anything who has like one line and has to make the most out of it. So every conversation just has to happen like the weirdest possible ways, with every character framed in the weirdest possible ways and all things like that. It's like it's absolutely visually wacky. It's an interesting watch. It's a little confusing because Bakemonogatari, Bakemonogatari, while being the first Monogatari anime that came out, it's not actually, the beginning.
No. And it's not exactly clear that's the case.
Japan loves this. They do love releasing stuff out of order, especially back in the day. Like, Haruhi had the same thing, out of order.
Just about to say that.
And like Garden of Sinners as well, out of order. Like, they really do love that. Like, hey, watch shit out of order and try to piece the story together.
Yeah, but the difference between, say, this and Garden of Sinners, another show we have reviewed in the past, this at least has concise, shortened versions of those things. So you can still take this season, so to say, and it encapsulates, tongue-tied. I think it set out what it was meant to do pretty well. You just don't understand the context or full context of everything that surrounds the bigger picture. And that's what the other surrounding seasons are for, sequels and prequels and whatnot, side stories. That's what makes this unique compared to, say, Garden of Sinners, where we get the third movie before the first movie, and the story unfolds based on how that was released. That's my visual take, I guess, of these two shows.
Like kind of analyzing the Monogatari series through Bakemonogatari alone is a little bit weird, especially when you go around how chronological things are. Because there is one big hole in Monogatari that you realize, which is like who's Shinobu and
Yeah, it's never
why
explained.
Why Araragi is not a vampire anymore and stuff like that. But there's still other holes that you just realize when you watch the other series, right? So there's a bunch of red flags, but you cannot see them because it lacks the context of the red flags. And you see some characters and you go like, okay, they are setting up a flag so it can be answered in some other series or the seasons or the chapters, but there's already a lot of them in Bakemonogatari that you lack the context to understand and realize it is a plot hole or something that's going to be filled in 2-3 seasons later. And of course you have like I think it's like Kizumonogatari, which is the movies that answer the only big problem of Bakemonogatari, which is how Araragi became a vampire and stopped being a vampire and all that thing. But when you go to Nisa Monogatari and the subsequent series, it's something that is very like normal to Nishio Isin, the author of Monogatari. Writing style is a mixture of the narrative tools used in something like Higurashi, where Higurashi has question arcs and answer arcs. Bakemonogatari have questions and answers that will be answered and questioned in different times, and it gives you enough clues so you can solve it most of the time, because Nisio Isin is not a good writer.
Well, didn't he write all these when he was a teenager?
He did, but even the new stuff it's not that good. It's creative, but it's not well written. Let me clarify.
I would agree with that, but its uniqueness is what draws me in. My bigger question is,
Yes, but like if you're watching the anime, yes, it's unique. If you're reading the book,
oh, it's crap.
it's
Yeah,
a pain. The book is not well written at all.
All the confusion without any of the visual flair.
Yeah, because like for example, he doesn't specify who's talking during a conversation. It's just text. So if you miss out and you don't understand how the character works and which are the quirks of the character, you can get confused of who is talking at which point of the conversation and get stuff wrong. Some would say because all of the books are like that, it's a stylistic choice. I do agree it's a stylistic choice. I think it's a bad one. It's just covering for something that he's not very good at.
yeah, it's covering for inadequacies around his writing style. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's okay. And so which leads to sometimes the questions just answer themselves without any clues. So there's a lot of Deus Ex Machina from time to time. Literally Deus Ex Machinas happen.
for sure.
But that's from, again, all the points of the series. Bakemonogatari alone, I think it's a good introduction and a good closed cycle of story. If you don't want to watch the rest, especially Nisemonogatari onwards, because Nisemonogatari makes everything extremely confusing.
Yeah,
Bakemonogatari is perfect fine. As I watched Bakemonogatari, I don't care about anything else. It's perfect.
so that was actually one of my questions. Do you guys think, Hickey already answered your take, do you guys think this is a good introduction to the show and series as a whole?
So I kind of have two answers for that. I watched Bakemonogatari as my introduction to Monogatari, because when I started watching Monogatari, there was no Monogatari. It obviously was in writing, but not in anime, and I'm not reading.
Right, you don't read that plebeian internet that's been printed out.
Exactly. So so in that moment, my answer was sort of yes and no, because obviously my anime list has Bakemonogatari listed as 15 episodes. It actually isn't. The ending of this are actually OVAs. So in that sense, when I actually watched it, I only watched the first 12 episodes.
I was the same.
So it cuts off, right? So that's a little annoying. But obviously, knowing that there was more and getting to that, I got to see the end of it. That it's a lot better. So in that sense, yes, I do agree. In a sort of self-contained way, I do actually think Bakemonogatari is a good way to start. I think it's a fine place to begin. And I would honestly probably recommend, if you're going to watch Monogatari, I would recommend you to start there. And the only reason I say that is because I think Monogatari, the 3 movies, are probably peak Monogatari. And starting there, everything else is going to be kind of disappointing afterwards. So it's a little difficult to go from Monogatari, even though that is technically the beginning, into the rest of the series.
Yep. Kizumonogatari, it's just too much.
It's way too overstimulating for people early on.
A lot. I remember watching the first movie and feeling the same way I felt, like done. It's like, man, I'm too old for this.
I finally caved and watched the movies, and I absolutely love them. I think they're fantastic. But I'm so glad I didn't start with them, because holy shit, I would have never watched as much Monogatari as I did if I started with Monogatari.
Colin, what's your take over this show and any themes you want to hit on?
Well, one of my biggest fears going into this show is that it would go super crazy with abstract emo navel gazing due to how wordy and dialogue heavy I knew it would be. But thankfully it isn't.
Okay, follow-up
Too
question.
much.
Follow-up question. I take it then this is your first time watching the show?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been on my to-watch list for a very long time, but I never got around to it. Just was never in the mood.
Am I going on a limb, Tori Hickey, that this is the second time you guys are watching this at minimum, like myself?
Second, like the fourth.
Yeah, that's why I prefaced at minimum.
Or more even.
Yeah.
It's more than 4.
Yeah, I think I've watched
Yeah.
Bakemonogatari at least twice, so this would be 3 for me.
And there's a high level of rewatchability, especially because you need to go back to Bakemonogatari and Monogatari whenever you watch a new series.
That's true.
Understand that something happened, and because the concept of something that season, the other season, maybe you understand that why that character is like that.
And that is exactly why I stopped watching Monogatari after somewhere along like Owari Monogatari, because I was just like, I cannot be bothered going back again. Like, I'm so sick and tired of this. I've had enough.
But I'll go back to you in a second, Colin. But Tori, if doesn't the sense of kind of the overall, I guess, environment of the show being a mystery in of itself enough to compel you to keep going? Like, because that's what compels me.
No, that is not. I don't find the mystery to be all that engaging. I think there are parts of it that are engaging, and there are stories in here that are absolutely worth for me to pay attention to.
Can you give an example?
But there are also, since we're talking about Bakemonogatari, the obvious one is obviously the Tsubasa cats at the end.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Like,
Yeah.
that is like the critical story for this. Like, without that, that's why it's so annoying that it technically cuts off.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So right, but that's sort of where most of my interest in Bakemonogatari is, because like I was interested sort of the moment we started, when we get Hitagi Crab in the beginning, right? When we get introduced to Senjugahara, I like Senjugahara, so I really liked this part too. But then the rest of the show for me, I didn't particularly care about anything that happened. Like, I didn't have any strong opinions either, or it just sort of existed, and then we come back to Tsubasa Cat, and it's like, okay, now it's good again. And I feel like that is a trend that follows Monogatari throughout basically the entire series, right? And once we start getting to like Owari Monogatari and things like that, there are... I guess the problem is just I don't really care about the character that's the main sort of focal point of the story. So I'm not intrigued in like what they have to say and like where this leads to. So that sort of always means that when I'm like, I don't really like this, and say, that's because you missed this part. You should go back and rewatch this again so that you find that part. And I was like, oh my god, not again. I've done this 3 times already. Like, please.
I can see.
I'm so
Yeah.
freaking tired of this.
I totally understand where you're coming from there. Yeah.
It's a problem that at some point it broke down. It wasn't seasons anymore. It was just OVAs and ONAs.
Yeah.
Just like, no, dude, it's 4 episodes and 3 episodes and 6 episodes and 4 episodes, and then comes back and becoming full seasons. And then the end is not actually the end. It's half of a season, but actually there's the end of the end is another half season.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. The fact that you need a goddamn roadmap and a thesaurus to like get through the show is certainly a negative.
Not only that, you basically had to wait until it ended anyways, because it's like you're sitting there, watching this, and like, as it comes out, right? So it's like suddenly there's nothing more to watch. You're like, man, I wonder when this continues. And then a couple of years passes, and now you get another one. It's like, oh, cool, more Monogatari. Let me see what happens next. And then you go into it, and it's like, bro, I am so lost right now. I guess it's back to the beginning again. Gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Gotta do it again.
All right, Colin. So back to you. Sorry to interrupt you there on that tangent.
I was getting some Quentin Tarantino vibes from this. just weird ass premise with lots of dialogue and jumping all over the chronology. I mean, the editing styles are a lot different, but that's still kind of the vibe I got. Just, I mean, the editing style of this show is literally a meme at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen multiple videos on YouTube of different things being edited but this edited in the style of Monogatari. Like, the Breaking Bad one was particularly funny.
Oh. I'll have to seek that out. That's funny.
And with how understated a lot of the characters' reactions are to certain things, it reminded me a lot of Bunny Girl Senpai and Freeren. Just, it's very...
Fruiting wasn't expected.
No.
Bunny Girl makes sense. Yeah, Bunny
Yeah.
Girl is essentially an homage to Bakemonogatari.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, even down to the same, like, main female tsundere lead deal.
Yeah, although I gotta say, I like, shit, her name's escaping my mind right now. Not Senjo Gahara. Sakurajima.
wait.
I like Mai a lot more than I do Senjo Gahara.
Interesting. For me, it's definitely the other way around.
Well, of course, this show brings out the best in everyone for, like, the best girl conversation.
Of course.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think it's that bad with Monogatari.
You don't think so?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's basically just like a couple of choices that's like really like debated.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Senjo Gahara reminds me way too much of Chloe from Life is Strange, and I despise her.
Fair. I don't really mind either, or as long as no one's picking my away, I'm cool.
Obviously, everyone
Me,
picks
honey.
Robot Girl, but, you know.
I'm a
There's that
Hanekawa
thing.
guy myself.
It evolves depending on where you are in the series. It's like because like when you get at a certain point, Sengoku Nadeko is like, oh yeah, she's cool. She starts as like, I hate that character, but then at some point it's like, oh, I see how it is, and then it comes back to that thing of like, there's a bunch of little questions and plot holes that are actually intentional, and they're gonna get filled up. It's like, oh, I see. Yeah, I see the big picture now. It just took me 10 years, but I understand.
I kind of warmed up to Senjo Gahara after a while, but I still much prefer Hanekawa.
I enjoy her in Bakemonogatari. I don't enjoy her when she becomes Hanekawa's underling or something. I think it's a little bit annoying.
I haven't gotten that far.
I mean, I definitely think sort of putting Hanekawa higher, it makes sense after Bakemonogatari because, like, again, the big story arc of this one is Hanekawa story arc. That's like the main thing.
Yeah. I was a little put off at first by how much of a beta male Araragi could be, but then I read somewhere, maybe it was TV Tropes, that he's meant to be something of a satire of oblivious male protagonists in romantic comedy anime.
Oh, he's absolutely a satire of, like, that era of main character. That's like, the design is intentional for that.
What do you mean? It's just a masochist who likes getting punched.
Well, there's also that, but
Kind of. It's kind of a spoiler to Kizu, I guess. And Koyomi Monogatari, if you watch Koyomi Monogatari, Araragi is an interesting guy, as he doesn't like people, right? He never liked them. He wanted to be alone, essentially. And like, there's a quote of old Araragi from middle school or beginning of high school. He was like, "You should never have friends, because whenever you have friends, your worth as a human dilutes," right? Or something along that way. And he's like, I wish I could become a tree, so I could just be there, don't be bothered, and just feast on sunlight every single day. So like, he's that type of character.
well, it's a good philosophical question, and I love that kind of, like, discussion points. It's like yeah, it's the overall who matters in your life and why should it always be yourself first. Protect oneself over others. It can be described as a selfish attitude and outlook towards everything, but if you rely on others to constantly make yourself of worth and being, then when things get really bad, can you handle it yourself? And you generally wouldn't be able to if your reliant is entirely on others. That's why frequently in life, couples that are together for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, when one goes, the other goes shortly after, because their sense of worth is so dependent on the other.
Yeah. And so, like, when we get to Bakemonogatari, he's trying to grow out of that. So trying to get a better relationship with his family, trying to get friends, understanding that you need to be helpful and help other people. It's something that he didn't do before. And so, like, his values are a little bit crooked. Of course, it's also justified.
Little girl in the bath.
Hey,
Yeah, the large amount of sexual advancement and just sexuality in the show that'll throw people off at first when they first watch it. It's like, whoa, okay, hold on, what's going on here?
It is a coming of
Especially around
age
the younger
story.
characters.
It absolutely is.
It is a coming of age. Mayuri is not a young character. Anyway,
but she still looks young.
Yeah, well, the overall theme of sense of worth and reliance on others is like major for every conflict in Bakemonogatari. It's approval of parents, looking for parents, and trying to get them back together. Unrequited love. The list goes on with. I mean, that's throughout everything. That's about this coming of age. It's almost like a teenager wrote this.
Almost.
Almost, huh?
Man, he's
I do like.
by the way. He's 29 now.
Yeah. Do you think he still has the same level of angst and mensch that he had when he was 17?
Probably.
If you think about when he was writing Monogatari and he was like 20 years inside, yeah, I'm gonna make a murder mystery now, and there's an anime about it as well. So I guess so.
Yeah, I do like that the show will sometimes drop pearls of wisdom about life. Like, one that I liked was not liking people and not liking interacting with people are not the same thing. And that really clicked with me. I mean, as a major introvert, that just made a lot of sense to me. It's not that I don't like people. It's that interacting with them is a lot more draining for me than most others.
Well, I best get used to that because I'm gonna get into that role.
Yeah.
No more science and engineering. That's pussy shit. Gotta handle humans now. Oh boy.
Yeah, no, that's the worst.
Yeah, you'll never see me in a management role.
I've been pseudo doing it for a while, but yeah, it's the next step, and that's a challenge. That's God.
You are managing without being a manager. It's not that I want to tell people what to do, it's just that everyone keeps doing it wrong.
Yeah.
What are two tropes that an upper management needs to have at all times? Like pretentious mug with some saying, right? That's got to be one. Like a mug of coffee, just always in the hand.
I don't drink coffee, so.
That's the key, though. There doesn't have to be coffee in it.
It just has to be the mug with a liquid that you're constantly drinking and judging people for. I am your manager. Woo. So what's the second one?
I don't know.
Unnecessarily looking over what everyone's doing, even if it doesn't need to be.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
It is. I was like fucking peeking over people's shoulders like for no reason. Because he's got it. We know you're not really working anyways, but you got to make it look like you're working, right?
Yeah, please at least make it look like. Yeah, right. Praise in public, criticize in private. I know that's a very easy one to follow.
Nah, you need to do the opposite.
Okay.
Criticize in public.
Yeah.
Fuck it, just cut out the praise in general. Criticize in public, criticize in private. There we go.
If you criticize in public, first you're making them an example. If you praise them in private, you can go like, look, man, I'm sorry I did that in public because I treasure you. So I know you would understand that because of your high level of intelligence. You could understand that I was using you as an example, and I keep you in high regards because of that. You wouldn't take it personal. It was just that the other people could take. And then, it's just like a dog. He'll think he's special because you're talking to him personally and in a personal level, privately, and explaining why you did that.
Okay, Pablo's dog. Jesus.
Hey man, you gotta train the employees.
Well, is that not what Shinobu does with Araragi all the time?
Yes.
Oh, bad.
Any favorite arcs on Bakemonogatari?
The initial one, and I'm pretty fond of the monkey paw, but the Hanekawa's like cat thing is probably my favorite.
Yeah, Hanekawa is pretty hard to beat.
It's kind of a pointless question because it's like there's a bunch of small arcs and then there's one big story arc that's like the main fucking climax.
Aside Hanekawa, cat, white, right? It's the white one.
Yeah, it's the white one.
No, it's the Kuro. No, it's the black. It's the black.
No, isn't it white?
Bakemonogatari black.
Yeah.
Aside Bakemonogatari Kuro, which one is your favorite? Senjugahara's?
For me, it is definitely Senjugahara's, yeah. Like I said, I like the general introduction to it, and I sort of like the way the mystery sort of calms down because, like, I like that whole scene with Hitagi just falling down. It was like, man, what an interesting, like, slow motion falling scene. It's like, wait, hold on.
Right?
This isn't slow motion at all.
I think because the director is Shinbo, it's interesting to read the novel. Although, again, it hurts to read it, but like that fall in the light novel is like she fell she basically fell backwards, right? From the top of the stairs. It's like nothing that dramatic, and then the animation is just falling from the skies. It's like such a dramatic view with the huge spiral staircase going through to heaven. Like, how big is that school? Holy shit! Where's the stairs go? The stairs doesn't
It's like she
land in
fell
any.
from heaven, literally. Jesus Christ! How long is this?
Oh my god, you go online and read people talking about the show, they think every single scene is some, like, heavy imagery and metaphor. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's not as deep as you think. I mean, yes, there is a lot of metaphors and imagery, but...
When the character turns around and puts their head through their legs to talk to the camera, that's a metaphor for how flipped everyone's worldview is.
That's the shit people do, though, when they talk about the show.
Listen, man, there's a bunch of English majors in the comments.
Oh god, yeah, a bunch of fine arts and try to break it down. Yeah.
Artsy fartsy pretentious crowd.
Yeah, the typical Canadian graduate. Yeah, I got it.
To be fair, though, I think that crowd is literally exactly the crowd that this show is trying to appeal to with this absolutely zany visuals. That makes sense.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. All right, I'm ready to.
First with panty shots.
Oh yeah, of
Oh,
course.
that's literally the
artistic.
first thing you see.
It's artistic panty shots.
was
That's
a-
different. All right?
It was one hell of an artistic panty. something you wouldn't expect from Hanekawa. Actually, I think it's also like a good introduction to a character. Funnily enough, the best introduction to Hanekawa's character is a panties. Ha.
Definitely. 100% agree.
The show is surprisingly violent at times. I mean, literally, at one point, Kamaru kicks a hole in Araragi's stomach, then grabs his intestine and uses it to fling him across the room. I mean, that's a machete level gore right there.
I love that scene.
Yeah, the random action scenes are pretty sick. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it also just kind of makes sense considering the fact that, every time, I don't know, he just kind of gets back up and it's like, and not again. So it makes sense for that shock value. It's just like, man, what are we into here? And then suddenly he just gets absolutely obliterated. You're like, whoa, no way. Did they just kill him? And then he gets up and is like, I'm sorry, did you just take that? But yeah, no, Monogatari in general, not just Bakemonogatari, is pretty... When it decides to be gory, it can be very gory.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've heard that.
good shock value when it does happen.
Oh, you're getting bored? Here's some blood and guts.
That's right.
Limbs are optional.
Blood and guts gets the blood boiling, and then it shows you some etchy shit, and you're like, "Am I horny?
Yeah.
Maybe."
Gonna say, not your bag. Here, have some boobs. Boobs and undies.
There's that shower scene that everyone loves. I know I do.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm ready to score this thing, guys. You?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been ready to score since I watched it the first time.
Okay. I'm sticking.
Years ago.
Honestly, I'm sticking with my original score. The anime, it's like Hickey said. I think the books are pretty trash. I think they're extremely poorly written, very hard to follow. But the anime, like just visual representation of it all, and I like how mysterious and how many questions there are that you piece the puzzle together. I find it very engaging. I really enjoy this show. I'm sticking with a high 9 out of 10.
Damn. All right. Well, to not be too overly overly positive, I guess. So, like I said, I watched a lot of Monogatari. So, I did eventually stop watching just because I lost interest in it. I didn't really find the continue to be worth it. I feel like it peaked with Bakemonogatari, which is funny to say now because it's the beginning, but it wasn't released first. So, that's sort of where my peak interest in Monogatari came and went. After that, I didn't really care. Bakemonogatari for me is a fine introduction, although a little bit confusing and a little bit like, if you aren't mentally prepared for what is happening here, which I wasn't when I first watched it, like, you are sitting there, like, going over this bit a little bit, being like, what am I looking at? What is happening? So that's that impression stuck with me the entire time. And there's also issues, like I said, with the way the show technically cuts off, even though it continues the story in OVA to finish off. And part of that just means that ultimately, because I pretty much had 2 arcs in that entire thing that I really liked, I end up on like a 6. I thought the majority of the show is perfectly fine, serviceable, but there's like 2 arcs that are really good, or 1 arc that's really good, 1 arc that's an interesting introduction, and then the rest is whatever. So yeah, 6 for me.
Damn, that's 6. Okay. I give it an 8. I'm gonna keep it with an 8 because when I watched Bakemonogatari, I think this Monogatari was already out, so I watched both of them together. I was like, oh, that makes sense. If it wasn't for Monogatari, I don't think it would be that high. I think it would be 7 or 6. because it's only the introduction. Many of the stories are part 1 of a part 3 or even part 4, like story. So because it's only the introduction, a lot of times there's something missing, and of course the something missing is a story that came out 6-7 years after Bakemonogatari. But since I had a little bit of context and I understood what was happening, and then went to read the light novel, and then rewatched Monogatari after reading the light novel, so I could understand what Shinbo was doing, I raised it. But it's more of on a personal feeling than a technical evaluation of the work. But I'll keep my 8, because it's still, if you're gonna watch Bakemonogatari, might as well just watch everything. Pretty much the Monogatari series, the high school Monogatari series is out, everything. So you can just go and watch it, because it's a closed story, essentially.
Okay. As for myself, my thoughts are largely the same as Tori's, although obviously not as informed by the rest of the series, because this is all I've watched so far.
Oh, we're gonna have a blast. Don't worry about it. don't think about. Don't pay attention to Tori.
Yeah.
My jaded ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's very dialogue heavy, but it's interestingly dialogue heavy, like Quentin Tarantino. It's not nearly as impenetrably dull as something like, say, Dot Hack's Sign. I still have lingering trauma from that show.
Oh, I fucking hate that show. The show can suck cock. God.
It'd be way more interesting than what it actually does.
Ugh. Yeah, if we ever review that show, that'll be another one I just probably drop after 4 episodes, which I inevitably do every time.
It is my eternal shame that I actually watched all of it.
Ugh.
That is 8 hours of my life I am never getting back.
Now you just gotta play the thousands of games that surround it.
Yeah, really. But yeah, for Bakemonogatari, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I'm not opposed to watching further, but it's not really a priority of mine, like, say, Dark Gathering.
You gotta watch at least Monogatari. You know, everyone has to experience that scene.
The best.
Been hearing murmurs of it here and there.
Does that mean we each all gave it a different score? 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yes, sir.
How about that?
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, isn't that it?
Yeah.
Yep.
One would call it a divisive show. Although I mean, none of us said it was bad, so it's not divisive. It's just how we each have a different idea of how good it is.
We haven't gotten to where it gets bad yet, but if we were to keep going down the Monogatari series, you would at least know where I started to really turn my opinion on Monogatari.
Yeah, there's one of them. I don't remember which one I didn't like very much.
I think I can. No, I can see where it gets a little bit weak. Well, I came back now, so I guess the weakness must be.
Gotta be the newest one for sure. Yeah. All right. So, as we're scheduled now, it's going to be a month before the next cast, which would be Macross Plus and Macross 7. Macross 7 is only going to be the first 15 episodes. That one's going to be fun. I'm excited for that one.
Woo.
Then we get into a slew of randomness, if I've ever seen it. But Colin will be back just about every other episode for now. See you next time, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye now.